Holy moly, what's this tag team turmoil?
Tag team turmoil. We've got the team of Mark Henry and Evan Bourne, the Usos, Vladimir Kozlov and Santino, Cody and Drew, and the Hart Dynasty.
Look, with the Photoshop fucking belts as well. That's what I was saying.
Those look like giant Canadian pennies. That's what they do.
I kind of... oh, Jesus, this is going to be tough work, isn't it?
Tag team turmoil. I thought it was just Cody and Drew versus the Hart Dynasty, but now we've got.
Initially, that's what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, and it looks like now we've got all sorts. I mean, the team of Mark Henry and Evan Bourne.
Well, they're not going to win it, I can tell you that.
Yeah, that would be quite funny if they did, though.
Oh wow!
Teams that are going to fucking win this, and it's either the Usos or the champions.
Yeah. And I think for everybody's sake, I think I would like to see the Hart Dynasty retain.
Now they're trying to do a big push in WWE of bringing back the tag teams, and I think this is how they're trying to start it. We'll have to wait and see. They need better tag teams, though. I mean, right now they got the Usos, they got the Hart Dynasty, and they got all these mismatched teams.
Yeah.
They actually need tag teams that, you know, tagged in the independents or in the developmental, you know. And with an actual tag team name, like what happened to like names like Demolition and the Road Warriors, and the Hart Foundation and the Rockers, you know. Now it's Joe Schmo and Joe Schmo, you know. Like
this is it, the team ofs. We hate the team ofs.
You can see that they're just trying to fill this one up with those quickly put together teams, and
like the Usos are legit. Hart Dynasty.
I put them over.
If they became tag champions, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I'm kind of only taking the piss sometimes, but Drew and Cody, I mean, that's about as legit as a kick into the head, you know.
I'm gonna listen out for when they enter, because if they've ditched Smoke and Mirrors, big mistake. Don't keep the Drew team. We've just seen new tag team champions crowned. Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes have been paired together. They eventually ended up defeating Evan Bourne and Mark Henry. This tag team turmoil, a bit of a surprise on the night. We thought going into this event it was going to be the Usos versus the Hart Dynasty, or indeed certainly not what we got, which was 5 teams, elimination rules, and a lot of forgettable matches. Of course, the Hart Dynasty starting it out, and a bit surprising to see them be eliminated so early. I kind of thought those guys were going to retain tonight.
Yeah, put a bit of excitement into it, though. I think knowing that those guys were getting fished out straight off the bat, it was anybody's, and good outing, I think, from Mark Henry and Evan Bourne in a strange kind of way, but they weren't successful in becoming the new champs.
So it looks like that Cody and Drew maybe have settled into that maybe dangerous position where they haven't really got any ideas for them. They mustn't have anywhere they need to go with them, or have any plans, at least that involves them as singles guys. I think maybe Cody and his dashing gimmick, it had a bit of mileage. I'd hate to see that just be discarded. Of course, the team tune, the Smoke and Mirrors, the first thing to go. What else is he going to lose of that gimmick? We will have to wait and see. But new tag champs, Cody and Drew, I think it's a matter of wait and see for this one.
Yeah, I think if they play it right, the future would be good. Look what they did with Beer Money. I didn't think that had any legs from a TNA standpoint, but surprisingly it did. So if they get it right and we get a name, not a team of, I think it'll be good things for Drew and Cody. If not, as we said, a complete waste of the dashing gimmick, and most importantly, our favourite Smoke and Mirrors.
And we've just seen the conclusion of that 6-pack challenge. Sheamus losing the belt, and indeed, after a lot of eliminations and a real frantic pace towards the end, Randy Orton has once again come out as the WWE champion, two-time WWE champion now, and a big put over for him. I think he did very well in this. I am a mark for Orton, but there was some RKOs in this that were just, he lifted himself off the ground, and I think he was probably looking back on it now, a guy he was selling this victory he knew was coming.
Yeah, I think they all delivered very well. I thought Edge did a good job, and somebody had to bow out first, that being Chris Jericho and whatnot. But nonetheless, Bart got his little spot taken Cena out, and not a bad thing. But I feel sorry for Sheamus. I didn't really want to see him lose the title, but I suppose life goes on, and it is the age of Orton once again, as Randy Orton is your new WWE champion.
I was interested to see how long Wade Barrett lasted in the match. Of course, Chris Jericho eliminated first, and indeed Jericho starting to take that jobber role now. A lot of talk about how he's going on tour, and maybe we're going to see him off TV for a while now. Certainly on the way out of this match tonight, he again working that sort of sad and confused and unable to maybe decide on what his future was going to be storyline wise, gimmick, and I think he did that very well tonight. Of course, also Edge. Now we didn't see Edge get eliminated.
Yeah, we can't remember what happened to Edge, but at some point in the match he was taken out, but we missed it somehow.
Edge not having a massive part in this. Edge and Sheamus teamed up for a while, and those guys were cooperating, and that led to that midpoint where they turned, and maybe that's where it happened. But certainly Sheamus got a good showing in this. He was first out though, and I think that was something that kind of flagged immediately the fact that he was going to lose the title and that it was going to someone else. Of course, big shock of the match, John Cena and of course Wade Barrett pinning Cena, and 1, 2, 3 there. It shows he can do it when he wants to.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing not to bury the guy completely. If he can take Cena out of a match like that, then that's going to make him look solid going forward, and it will be early days for him to win it tonight, Wade, but I think the future is bright for him. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, I think, story-wise going forward, where The Miz ends up, where Orton ends up, and probably more so than all of them, where Sheamus ends up. I don't want to see him get buried and end up in MVP territory just because he doesn't have a belt. Look what's after happening to Swagger with the same scenario, but I think Sheamus is a cut above the other two for sure, so fingers crossed he can hold on to his spot.
So overall, Night of Champions, an interesting set of matches, and in a lot of cases I think they delivered. I think all our thoughts, of course, you've just heard, but overall I would rank this quite high. Not a big 4 pay-per-view, but certainly up there maybe with the Money in the Bank of this year, and indeed a lot better than some of those standard Extreme Rules and Over the Limits. I'd rank it a lot higher than those. I would actually say it was overall quite a good pay-per-view.
Yeah, I don't know if I could put a number out of 10 or out of 5, but yep, I'd say solid and interesting.